A single mother has gone viral after posting a video of herself crying on the internet and sort of having a mental breakdown, and since then, the situation has gotten so much worse for her. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. We're going to talk about an important subject matter today, and it's not necessarily the drama that has ensued since this mother posted her mental breakdown on the internet. It's more about what we should be posting on the internet and how to avoid these sorts of situations. Now, as I said before, a single mother went viral posting herself crying on the internet, so let's watch the TikTok. So the caption here says, "Being a single mom is making your own birthday cake on your birthday so that your babies can feel happy they are singing to you." And she's filming herself crying, putting together the cake batter, and then apparently making herself her own cupcakes. Now that's a pretty innocuous video, right? She's taking a moment from her life, albeit a vulnerable one, and posting it on the internet for people to connect to and to share a little bit of her life. But this seemingly innocuous video ended up going viral on TikTok, getting taken off of TikTok, moved to other platforms where it also went viral there. And the story, of course, doesn't stop there. Her ex-husband saw the viral video and decided to weigh in on the situation. And that's where this whole crazy drama starts.
So I've been sent this video a lot over the last few days. People asking my thoughts and my comments on it. And before anyone says, oh, you don't know her situation, or, you don't know what she's going through, well, I do, because I lived it. I'm her ex-husband, and right now I have full custody of our kids. This is our parent agreement. As you can see, I have all weekdays and weekends, time sharing with the kids, all at holiday academic breaks. And for her to get any rights back to the kids, these are the things that she needs to do. And yes, child support, she owes that. It's up to over $21,000. So she's a mother and doesn't pay child support. She was then arrested for check fraud, and during that hearing, it turned out that it was found that she stole almost $1 million from another guy. And also she faked cancer in the past. These are scans that she would send and post on her page before. So, to sum it up, this person, for people that follow her or giving her praise and telling her how strong and how, amazing she's doing, well, she's really not a full-time mom. She barely has her kids. She goes out all the time, and she doesn't even have a job even. So just really not someone that other single moms should really be looking towards as for inspiration or anything like that. There are a lot of, hardworking single moms out there, and a lot of respect to them. All I just want to say is she just isn't one of them. So hopefully everyone can see this video and know, who she really is. Peace.
Okay, there you have it, the ex-husband's response. Now this one went viral. People took it off of TikTok onto the other platforms, and it started circulating, and people started dunking on this woman, saying, "You're not really a single mother. Look at your husband's response. The plot thickens. You're such a terrible person." And then, after going viral for crying, she's now going viral for all of these new things about her life coming out. People are sending her death threats, saying she's a horrible person, that she's a horrible mother, that she was a horrible wife. And I find it funny that people just immediately jump on the bandwagon of whatever they take in when they watch these videos. From my perspective, I don't know what's going on here. She made a video crying about being a single mother. I don't know whether or not to take her out on her word on that. He's making videos accusing her of all these different crimes, saying she faked cancer, saying she's a horrible person. I don't know whether or not to believe him on that. But we so quickly jump to judgment and just take everybody's words at face value, when more often than not, there is always something more to the story. Now, she has since responded to her ex-husband's video, saying that she doesn't wish him any ill will, she doesn't want people to send him hate, but that a lot of the things that he detailed in those videos are not true. She admits to having been arrested for writing a fraudulent check, but says that they never went to a judge about custody of their children, that he's lying about the different reports that he's shown in this video, and that he is constantly trying to attack her and ruin her life. Again, I don't know who to believe in this situation, but we do have some context that we can take in and some clues from the internet. Now, her TikTok page is titled More Than Elizabeth. She makes jokes on it. She videos her life, things that she's making, things that she's eating. His TikTok is titled Reinventing Elizabeth, and it's entirely dedicated to posting bad things about this woman who is apparently his ex-wife and trying to ruin her reputation so as to warn others about her. Now, a lot of people may interpret interpret that as him being the right party, as in she put him through so much that he now has to make this TikTok to show all the evidence to people, and he's still going through it with child support and the children and her lies and all this stuff. I don't know. It's a little sus to me to be dedicating an entire social media page to attempting to ruin your ex-wife's life, but that's just me. I don't know that I can really weigh in on this drama because I don't know these people and I don't know who's telling the truth. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe they're both lying. Maybe they both have a little bit of truth in their statements. One thing we should remind ourselves, again, is that we can't just take everybody at their word, especially on a platform like TikTok, on any social media, really. And it's sort of crazy to watch how quickly people's tune change as they hear something that may or may not be accurate information. In the first video, when she was going viral for crying, the comments were all overwhelmingly in support of her in her struggle as it was presented to them on TikTok. As soon as people watched the video from the ex-husband, which again may or may not be reliable, they immediately flipped on a dime and started insulting this girl, sending her death threats and attacking her. It's truly a wicked phenomenon to witness on the internet, how quickly people can change up on you. And apparently the retaliation from her husband's video got so bad that she was starting to feel terrified for her own life and posted this. At this time, I'm terrified for my life and the well-being of me and my children. I appreciate everyone who supported me, but I am done posting. And while the being terrified part might be true, the being done posting part was in fact not. She went on to post some abusive text messages from her ex-husband, as well as another video defending herself. And I can't necessarily blame her for posting these videos defending herself, as the entire internet has sort of gotten into her business and is now sending her messages. But I will say that this entire situation could have been avoided had we not posted our mental breakdown in the first place. And I know that can sound victim blamey, even though we don't even know the particulars in this scenario, and I'm sure I'll get comments about that, but I really think we need to have a conversation about gauging what is appropriate and what is inappropriate for social media. It used to be that social media was a highlight reel. People were posting the highest points of their lives, the different travel that they were doing, like the Alexis Ren influencers. They were posting the food they were eating. They were painting a beautiful picture of whatever relationship they're in, photos with friends. Then social media quickly moved into a vulnerability stage where people were posting the more intimate parts of their lives and moments that we wouldn't typically want to see on social media. And now finally we're in this new stage on the internet of what I call vulnerability porn, where people really go out of their way to bring about these breakdowns, to film themselves crying. And for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's a bid for attention. I think many will say it's a way of showing the parts that social media typically keeps hidden from you in an effort to be more real or be more authentic. But I gotta say, we should ring it back. I don't know that everybody needs to be seeing you crying on the internet and dealing with all of your problems. And sometimes when you're the wrong person doing this, you get into even more drama and even more trouble, like this scenario brought up. Now, I'm not blaming her for her husband's response. He could very well be an awful guy. All I'm saying is none of this would have happened if the crying wasn't posted on the internet in the first place. And maybe before we film something and edit it and post it online, we should ask ourselves, is this something that needs to be online forever? And more often than not, the validation, the support, or the echoing of these vulnerable sentiments that we post on the internet is not worth it when we look at the flip side of this existing online forever and sometimes creating more drama, more backlash, and more virality. And she's not the first one to do this or go through this, and she won't be the last. I constantly see people filming their different breakdowns or horrible moments and posting them on the internet, and every single time I have to ask myself, why is this happening? All the time when I'm scrolling on social media, I see girls crying about being single, or some people filming themselves having an actual mental break where they're breaking things in their room and destroying stuff. The other day, I saw a mom talking about her postpartum rage, and apparently this drove her to going into her bathroom with a bowl of ice and throwing the ice all over the bathroom. She then decided to take that video, edited it down, throw captions on it, and then post it on TikTok for everyone to see. And you just gotta ask why. Why do people feel the need to film these things and post them? What do they gain other than a completely tainted digital footprint that lives on forever? And in the case of this single mom filming herself making cupcakes, cupcakes and crying, it opened up an even larger problem for her, where now her entire life is being picked apart on the internet and everyone gets to watch it play out, including the kids that are referenced in both her videos and the husband's videos, who will go on to see this fight and squabble between their parents, probably one that they've already witnessed internally, but now the entire world is in on it. So I think if there's any lesson to this video, it's one, that we have no idea what is going on between these two people. We have no idea what is true and no idea what is false, and people can fabricate things and make them look very real to you when you're engaging with them on social media, but we must err on the side of caution and maybe think about the fact that so many people before have lied on the internet and we've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. The second thing we can learn from this video is to hold off on posting the crazier parts of our lives on social media, the more vulnerable parts of our lives on social media, unless you can acknowledge that that is something that you want to live with people seeing forever. Oftentimes, you don't need to open Pandora's box. You can let it lie. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. Did you see that original video of the mother crying? Because I feel like it was all over the internet. It was the only thing I could see on every single app I was going on for an entire day. And if you did see it, what were your initial thoughts? What did you think once you heard from the ex-husband? Who do you believe in this scenario? And lastly, what are your thoughts on the current state of social media and where do you think it's going? What happens after the vulnerability porn stage? Because it's gotta be something. Now guys, leave your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day, and I will see you next time.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.